Selamat sore. Good afternoon everyone who's already in the meeting, Zoom meeting. Sore ini memang merupakan kali pertama Beasiswa Garuda mengadakan webinar series dalam rangka mengenalkan universitas-universitas tujuan Beasiswa Garuda. Seperti yang teman-teman ketahui bahwa tahun lalu Beasiswa Garuda sudah membuka batch pertama di mana sudah terpilih lebih dari 416 penerima beasiswa yang sekarang sedang menjalani studi di berbagai negara. Nah, karena tanggal 10 besok itu akan akan dilakukan sosialisasi mengenai beasiswa Garuda tahun 2026. Kita mau mengenalkan beberapa universitas yang dimulai dengan hari ini dan beberapa hari ke depan mengenai universitas-universitas tujuan beasiswa Garuda. Tujuannya apa sih? Sebenarnya lebih ke tujuan, lebih memantapkan agar teman-teman yang ingin adik-adik atau teman-teman yang ingin mendaftar universitas tujuan punya gambaran bagaimana cara mendaftarnya, syaratnya apa saja, kemudian apa yang harus disiapkan baik untuk universitasnya maupun untuk beasiswanya sendiri. Di dalam sini nanti hari ini kita akan mengenalkan 3 universitas ya, yaitu yang pertama adalah HKUST, yang kedua adalah NTU, dan yang ketiga adalah HKU. Ya, mungkin kita akan mulai dulu yang pertama. Di sini sudah ada Miss Charlie dari HKUST. Charlie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi.
Now you have about 20 minutes to present about HKUST, and also maybe we're going to have like a Q&A session in the end of this venue.
All
Time
right.
is yours.
Thank you. Can everybody see my screen right now? Can you
Clear
see
and
my
sound.
PowerPoint slides? Right. I think it's working. Thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting HKUST to this presentation. I'm going to introduce myself first. My name is Charlie. I'm one of the student recruitment manager in HKUST. So nice to meet everyone. So before I start talking about HKUST, I just want to give everybody some information about Hong Kong. I assume not everyone here have been to Hong Kong, so might as well begin with the city. So where exactly is Hong Kong? If you travel directly from Indonesia to Hong Kong, let's say you start in Jakarta and you take a flight directly to Hong Kong, I would say it's around 5 hours. You have cheap flight options, you have expensive ones. So it's actually quite well connected. I would say 5 hours is quite manageable. But apart from Indonesia, Hong Kong is actually very close to a lot of Southeast Asian cities as well. For example, you can see from this map, we're close to the Philippines, we're close to Thailand, we're close to Vietnam, and we're also the southern gateway of mainland China. So it's very convenient to travel all around. And what about living in Hong Kong? So maybe you've been to Hong Kong for a few days for traveling, but what about living in Hong Kong as a local? So a lot of the Indonesian students, when they come to me, they will ask, "Oh, Charlie, is it compulsory to learn Cantonese or Mandarin in order to study in Hong Kong?" So obviously not. And Hong Kong is actually a bilingual city. So every local, I would say majority of the locals, we can communicate very well in English, Chinese, and Cantonese, which is the native language spoken here. So if you can speak Mandarin, can speak Cantonese, you can still survive very well in Hong Kong. So another thing, I would say it's pretty important to international students would be we have a very well-developed public transportation system. So it's very different from Indonesia. Everywhere you go, you have to call a Bluebird, a Gojek, or a GoCar. But in Hong Kong, I would say public transportation is quite sufficient. So no matter where you want to go in the city, you can always find yourself plenty of public transportation options like double-decker buses, trams, minibus, and of course the subway system is very well connected. full-time students can enjoy a half price by traveling through subway. So it's affordable, it's efficient, and it's very safe as well. So number 3, on your right-hand side, you can see this green bubble here. Hong Kong is actually a pretty good mix of city and countryside. So if you're like me, you like spending time outdoors, you have like little adventure outdoors, Hong Kong is actually a perfect place. So you got a lot of beaches to explore, a lot of outlying islands, and a lot of reservoirs, hiking trails. So you have a lot of different places to explore during weekends. And all full-time students are actually allowed to work part-time in Hong Kong. So if you want to earn a bit of pocket money on campus or even off campus, you're totally welcome to do so. So that's the part about Hong Kong. Now I'm gonna switch to talk more about HKUST. So this is the a snapshot of our university. It's a very beautiful place. It's located at the suburban area of Hong Kong called Clearwater Bay. And here you got everything you need to survive. So of course we have lecture theaters, we have student dormitories that's located closest to the sea. And we also have a supermarket, dental clinic, medical clinic. We have 2 banks on campus. So it's pretty self-sufficient community. You don't have to go on and off campus to buy toilet paper because everything is provided here. And yeah, you have a lot of different facilities to kill time as well. For example, you can see from here, you have water sport facility. So if you like water sport like kayaking, windsurfing, dragon boat racing, you can do it here. We have a football pitch, you can see right here. We have indoor swimming pool, outdoor swimming pool, and we have 2 big gyms, tennis courts, badminton courts. We even have pickleball facility on campus. So it's a lot of fun you can enjoy on campus. So apart from the facilities, I want to share more about the people on campus. So when you walk around HKUST, you'll easily find people are coming from different places. You can tell right from their faces. So we have students represented by more than 70 different nationalities. So we're very proud to be the university with the highest percentage of international students here. And I want to share Indonesian is actually our second biggest nationality represented. So right now we have around 200 undergraduate Indonesian students studying in HKUST. So even if you're studying in Hong Kong in HKUST, you're far away from your own country, you'll be surrounded by people that spoke the same language, shared the similar culture with you. So they have their own student society. You can look it up on Instagram. It's called Musti. So you can see right here, they're wearing their batik, sharing, like celebrating their own festivals, promoting their own culture. In fact, this weekend, they're hosting an event called Indonesian Cultural Exposure to promote Indonesian culture to students on campus. So they're doing a little drama, they have band performances, they have different food booths. So I would say you won't feel alone, even if you're away from home, because you find people that are from Indonesia quite easily on campus. So of course, we have a big community of BEAM and Garuda scholars that are already studying in HKUST. So right now we have around 26 of them fully sponsored by the Indonesian government to study 4-year bachelor program here. So they're from different places of Indonesia. They're from Medan, they're from Palembang, they're from Jakarta, they're from Surabaya. So they're studying different majors as well. So if you want to hear from them, you want to know how is it like to study in HKUST, please feel free to connect with us, connect with any students you can see from this picture that you might know. Ask them about their experience in HKUST. So hopefully we'll get more this year. So does that mean you have to spend 4 entire years studying in Hong Kong, studying in HKUST only? Of course not. So we encourage students to take on something called exchange program. So for at least 1 semester, you can go overseas to study in another university as an exchange student. So you can see from this picture, basically it's all over the world. We have partner institutions on different continents. For example, you can go to America, you can go to Australia, you can go to Europe, you can go wherever you like. So the good thing about exchange is you get credit transfer. You don't have to pay extra tuition because it's already included in your HKUST tuition. You get yourself exposed under different cultures. So the best part is all HKUST students are given a 10,000 Hong Kong dollar grant to go on exchange. So everybody gets 10K to study in another university. You can use it on your travels, you can use it on food or even accommodation. So basically we give you 10K. We don't really monitor how you spend those 10,000 Hong Kong dollars. But we really want to push every student in HKUST to explore the culture of a different country. So let's talk more about pragmatic information, like how do we support our students in landing on their dream job? So HKUST is actually quite famous of our career prospects. So how do we support our students? So here are some of the examples. For example, every semester we're hosting something called Career Mosaic. So more than 200 companies, they will be invited to HKUST to visit us, to meet our students on site. And our students will make good use of this networking opportunity to talk to those employers, find out what are the opportunities out there, how's the company culture like. So it's really a nice networking opportunity, not only for final year students. So our year 1, year 2 students, they will also join this event to talk to their dream employer, find out what are the internship opportunities there. So grooming courses, how do you prepare yourself for an interview? How do you write a perfect CV? How do you write a statement letter? These will be things that will be supporting you along the way. So this slide here gives you a snapshot of how our students are performing in the job market. So around 83% of our students, they will be taking at least one full-time internship before they graduate. So it's not compulsory. Some students, they don't feel like it, it's fine. But majority of our students, they will have at least one full-time internship before they graduate. So the craziest example I've heard that 5 internships in 4 years. So this might be you, this might not be you. So it's up to you. And on your right-hand side, this is the gross monthly median income in Hong Kong dollar. So meaning that after you graduate from HKUST, this will be the approximate amount of money you'll be earning in the job market. So it's just an average median number. So upcoming 2 slides, I'm not going to go through that in detail because I'm pretty sure you can find all the numbers on the internet. So we're currently 44th according to QS World University Ranking. But something I want to highlight here is the graduate employability ranking. So we are 25th in the world, meaning that our reputation among global employers has been pretty good along the years. Another set of ranking I want you guys to look into would be QS subject ranking. So let's say you already have in mind a specific major, a discipline you want to pursue in your university. Please look into like separate QS subject ranking as well. For example, data science and AI, we're currently 17th in the world. A lot of people tend to overlook our business school is pretty strong as well. We're 26th in the world. And we have separate subjects like electrical engineering, material science, electronic economics. So these are actually our like strength of HKUST. So please look into QS subject rankings later on. All right, so what are the program options in HKUST? So right now we have School of Science, School of Engineering, Business and Management, Social Science and Humanities, and also something called Academy of Interdisciplinary Studies. So 4 schools plus 1 academy. And exciting news would be this year we're actually selected by the Hong Kong government to build a new medical school in Hong Kong. So this doesn't come easy because the Hong Kong government has a very rigorous selection of which university can actually take up this mission. And we're not ready yet. We're now selected, but we need some time to prepare. So we don't have a medical program right now. But we're going to start recruiting our first batch of students in the year 2028. And one thing for sure is we will definitely recruit international students. So even if you don't grow up in Hong Kong, we're going to consider you for medical school. And the positioning of this medical school is very special. We will be integrating clinical training and technological proficiency, which is the strength of HKUST. So how do you apply data science, artificial intelligence, and robotics knowledge into medical training? This is something we want to do. We want to train our students to like accomplish. So what do we have right now? What are the programs that are currently available in the year 2026? So I roughly put down all the different majors under different categories. So I'm not going to go through all of them because we don't have the time. So you can go to our website to find out all the available majors we have. For example, if you're into AI, into information system, you can look into the programs on your left-hand side. If you're into sustainability, environmental and social governance, you can look into like sustainable green finance, energy and environmental engineering. So more examples on the internet. So here all together, we have more than 45 majors for you to choose from. But one question I want you guys to think about right now is, does that mean you have to spend 4 entire years learning only one thing? So definitely not. In HKUST, we want to encourage everyone to find their own pathway. You can mix and match different things based on what you're really passionate about. So let's say I'm really interested in economics. So I'm in the business school, but at the same time, I'm also interested in artificial intelligence. So what can I do? I can do a major in economics, and at the same time, I can declare an extended major in artificial intelligence. So I will be learning how to apply AI into economics. So the two things can actually go hand in hand together, and you still finish your bachelor degree in 4 years. And this extended major will also show up on your graduate certificate. So your future employer will know that apart from economics, you're also an expert in AI. And similarly, if you have too much time to kill and you find that you're not only interested in what you're majoring in, you can pair up different things. For example, 1 major plus 2 minors, 2 majors plus 1 extended major. The tuition fee is actually the same. So depending on your personal capability, like how much room you have, and also what your passion is, you can come up with your own combination. So another advice I want to give all the students who want to apply to HKUST will be the application pathway. So there are 2 types of students out there. The first type, they're pretty sure what kind of major they want to do. For example, I'm very sure I want to do computer science. Then good for you. You can apply directly to computer science, which is what we call department/program-based admission. But there's another type of student, which I don't think they're a minority. They are not sure what kind of major they want to do, which is understandable because a lot of the students, when they're back in high school, they don't have the exposure of all the majors in the university, so they might need some time to think about it. So it's okay. We understand that. We have something called school-based admission pathway for you. So what you're going to do is you can pick one of the schools first. For example, science school. For example, engineering school, for example, business and management school. So at least you can tell me which field you're interested in, right? So after you got into HKUST, for the first year, you don't have a major yet. You explore different options, you get a bit of everything, and then by the end of year 1, you pick your major. So the good thing is you have 1 year of flexibility to explore what are the options out there. Make sure your decision is right. So I would say both pathways, you still manage to finish the program in 4 years. So it's one more option for you to choose from. So what about admission requirements? How do you get to HKUST? So this page, I would say very important. If you want to do some homework later on, please use your way, whatever way. You can screen cap it, copy down the keywords, find out the information later on, because this page here gives you information on our admission requirements. So I'll go through different items one by one. So first part is what we call general admissions requirements. So different students, they might have different curriculums. They will be doing different kinds of qualification, right? So for most Indonesian students we encounter, they are from Indonesia's national curriculum. So what we have to see is their SMA Nijasa, so grade 12 final examination. You only have to provide your school transcripts to us, and that's it. But let's say you're the kind of student from an international school. You might be doing IB, you might be doing GCA level. We have different sets of requirements for you. For example, if you're doing A levels, we have to see 3 different subjects. So Let's say you're the kind of student who are doing like 2 different sets of qualification at the same time. It's okay, you can submit both of them, but you have to make sure you select which one is your main qualification. So one of them, for example, your Indonesia's national curriculum will be your main qualification, and then your A-levels might be a supplementary piece of information. So compulsory, you have to do 1 set of qualification. But if you're doing 2 sets, make sure you select which one is the main one, which one is the supplementary one. So that's part number 1. Part number 2, we have something called subject requirements. So depending on what major you're applying for in HKUST, for example, if you're applying towards biotechnology and business, we have to see one of these 3 subjects in your A-levels or IBs or SMA Ijazah. So it can be biology, can be chemistry, can be math. So one of these 3. Let's say you're applying towards engineering. We have to see math, that's compulsory. And then one of these subjects. So it can be biology, chemistry, physics, or computer science. So math plus 1 science subject for all the engineering options. Part number 3, all our classes are actually taught in English, so we have to see how good your English is. So I put down some of the very popular options for you to fulfill our English language requirements on this page. This is not the full list, but if you want to find out the full list, you can scan this QR code on your left-hand side. We accept different sets of examinations: SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo. So make sure you observe the score range for different kinds of tests. So one of these tests will be enough. If you already have SAT, then you don't have to take another examination. If you already have IELTS, it's okay. So only one of these examinations will be enough to fulfill English requirements. All right, so what about fees and living costs? So how much does it cost to study in HKUST for 1 year? So the 3 main components you're seeing here are tuition fee, accommodation, and living expenses. So living expenses is calculated based on a very survival level, I would say. If you go to Disneyland every weekend, if you spend, you could go shopping every weekend, this amount of money, of course, is not enough. So it's on basic like purchasing level. Of course, HKUST provide different sorts of scholarship. So I'm going to go through them very briefly. Merit-based scholarship, everyone is automatically considered. So it depends on whatever curriculum you're doing. The better your performance, the better your scores, the bigger chance you'll get merit-based scholarship. You don't have to apply separately because everyone will be automatically considered. So you will find out whether you're getting any merit-based scholarship when you receive the offer letter from us. So right now, we can't really tell because you haven't submitted your application. So it comes in different forms. It can be a one-off or renewable scholarship. It can be a full or partial tuition fee waiver. But the maximum amount you'll be receiving from us can be a full tuition fee waiver plus a 60,000 Hong Kong dollar living allowance renewable for 4 years. So you will find out when you receive the offer letter. So usually if there's any scholarship issued to you, you will be able to scroll down and see the scholarship notice as well. So we have another scholarship dedicated for international or Asian Olympiad medalists. We have 2 application-based scholarship that is unfortunately closed for application already. So it will be open next year. But for this year, 2026 intake, it's already closed. So key dates, one important piece of information, we're still accepting application all the way till 30th of June. But everything is actually considered on a rolling basis. So which means the earlier you submit your application, we will look into your application earlier. So you might be hearing from us earlier as well. So until all the seats are filled. So before 30th of June, we're still open for 2026 intake application. So the procedures are pretty straightforward. You just go to our website, create an account, fill in all the necessary details. You're allowed to give us a maximum of 2 program choices. So meaning that you can be business plus science, engineering plus social science. So you can come up with your own choices. Upload all the required documents, including your national ID card or your passport, your personal statement, your SMP Ijazah, and all the transcripts starting from grade 10. So these are what we call required documents. And then you have to nominate a teacher as your academic referee. So this teacher will send them an email asking this teacher to give us an overall assessment of how good this student is. And of course, ask for the reference letter. So make sure you select the right teacher and input the right information, right email address, right name. And then you hit the submit button and submit the application. So it's okay. By the time when you submit your application, you don't have your SMA ijazah yet, right? So most of the students, I assume you guys haven't started your final examinations. So it's completely fine. You just provide whatever you have on hand, whatever is available by the time you complete your application. You can actually update your examination results when they're available. So right now, don't panic. Just give us whatever you have on hand. For the grade 12, examinations, you only have to input the subjects you're actually taking and the expected date of tests. So these are the two pieces of information we need for your grade 12 examinations, and that's it. And when the results are out, update it on the application portal. So the final two slides here will be how to connect with us later on. So let's say you want to talk to our students, you want to talk to people that are studying in HKUST, you can go to this online chat platform and find someone based on their nationality, majors, and gender. So let's say you want to talk to an Indonesian who is studying in engineering and who is a guy. Then you can go search this platform and find them and talk to them directly. And if you have questions for me, you can email me at ugintl@ust.hk. It's on the top left-hand corner. And of course, I encourage you guys to follow us on Instagram as well, because you'll find all sorts of useful information. For example, how to complete your application. We actually have a walkthrough video for you. We have a student ambassador. Her name is Arena. She will teach you how to submit your application, like part by part. So that's all I have for the sharing today. Thank you so much for joining us at this presentation. And if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Please stay in the Zoom room because we're going to have a question and answer session at the end of these sessions. I do have maybe around 6 dedicated question only for HKUST. I will giving you the question later on. So for the second presentation, I would like to inviting the NTU. Please go ahead, NTU. Time is yours.
I think I'm on mute. Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Rana, and also your team for providing this opportunity for us to share a bit about our NTU. So perhaps let me share my screen. I hope everybody can see my screen right now.
Still on progress. Yes, it is.
Okay, is it okay now?
It's good now.
Okay, thank you. So I'm Karen from Office of Admissions of Nanyang Technological University. I believe NTU's name is not new to all of you, right? So first thing comes first is about the ranking about NTU. So NTU is relatively a new university, a young university. So we have been ranked #1 in terms of the young university according to the Times Higher Education for the past 9-10 years. And of course, in terms of the world ranking, we were ranked number 12 according to QS World Ranking as well. So the QS Asia University ranking just came out last November. So we were ranked number 3 across the Asia. All right. So this is the overall ranking, and this is the subject ranking. Okay, so NTU is actually one of the few universities which has the more than 10 majors in the top 10 list. So as what you can see on the screen, we do have data science and artificial intelligence.
Your slide is not changing yet. Maybe you can change it into the slide mode.
Give me a second.
Yes. Yes, that's it.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, that's good now.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So this is the subject ranking.
Full screen, Karen. Full screen.
How about now? Is it okay?
I think it's the previous one. The second slide.
Okay, let me. How about now? Is it okay?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Oh, okay. Let's
Just
see
continue.
whether it works. Yeah, so this is the subject ranking, and as what you can see over here, the data science and AI, which is very hot across the globe. So we do have other subjects in terms of engineering and chemistry. So this are basically the subject ranking. Okay, are you able to see these slides? So this is basically the college and schools that we have. As what you can see, we have college, and also the number indicated under the colleges and also schools are the number of students that we can take in every year, including international students as well as local Singaporean students. So this is basically the overall number that we have for different colleges and schools. But if you are interested to know the exact number of students that we can take in every year, you may want to take a screenshot over here for the QR code at the bottom so that you can understand the specific programs that you might be interested in. Okay, so this is just a general overview of the programs that we offer. At the right bottom right corner, what you can see is the single degree and double degree and the offers for double major. These are the options that we have. So all in all, we actually have about 200 programs for students to choose from. Okay, so there's a QR code over here. If you wish to understand the full program list, feel free to scan the QR code over here after this session. Okay, so in terms of the curriculum, we basically encourage, we have the opportunity to allow the students to design basically their own curriculum. So this is basically an overview. As what you can see, the navy blue color section is basically the core and major prescribed electives, which accounts for 50 to 60% of the whole entire curriculum. So the broadening and deepening elective part, which is the part where the student may have the chance to design their own curriculum. Say, for example, the student is taking engineering, but the students might be interested in music or even some language classes. So the students basically can choose these subjects of their interest to be part of their curriculum. All right. So the other part is basically the top right corner over here, which we call the university level core. Under this part, which accounts for 20 to 25% of the curriculum, there's a part called interdisciplinary collaborative core. In short, is ICC. So this is a part where we need the students to take up for compulsory. All right. So and also under this components, there are 6 subjects under this so-called ICC segment. So if you actually notice, the subjects over here is not very much relevant to the students' program or rather major per se, but we require the students to take up all these programs in order for them to learn from different perspectives. So how we conduct these ICC modules are basically the students, say for example, you're taking engineering, but I might be sitting together with students are taking linguistic. Yeah, those non-STEM, STEM students, they will be sitting together, and there will be 4 lecturers, 4 professors co-teaching the students. So that's the chance where all the students from different background, different perspective, they will come together and share knowledge and share their perspective in order for them to learn, from others, and also for them to learn the skills and basically the knowledge to deal with the challenges, not only in the classroom, but also in the real world later on. Okay, so basically this is another initiative that we actually have for the students. So we encourage the students to not only just focus what they think they are good at, but we encourage the student to explore something that beyond their curriculum, you see. But some students might be scared of, worried, whether I can do well to those programs or subjects I might not be good at. So we actually give this so-called flexible grading option for students in case they do not do well in certain subjects. The student has the opportunity or have the decision not to include this subject which he or she does not do well into the GPA calculation. All right, this is something that we encourage the student to step beyond their comfort zone. Okay, so being a research intensive university, we focus a lot on research. So basically, this is very few show of photos that our researchers, students, professors, groundbreaking research projects that showcase on the news, on the media. So the very relevant one is basically the one that you saw at the bottom right corner, which our researchers, our students turn the durian husk, which is a waste, into something useful, which is a plaster that we might need to use on a daily basis, right? So being a research intensive university, we do attract a lot of industrial leaders to set up the collaboration lab, at NTU, which allows our students to basically have the opportunity to have the network with all these industrial leaders to understand what's the trend, and the students might have the opportunity to do the internship, and eventually they might be employed by all these industrial leaders, right? So in order to nurture our students to be, for those who are looking at a research track, we do have some programs like Eureka, and also this another one which is Europe. These are two programs which we have for our undergraduate students to embark on the research project, which is, they will be closely working with the professor on the problem statement, develop their skills and knowledge in terms of research. This is basically to prepare them in the future, whether they are looking at a research track or they are looking at postgraduate studies eventually. Right? This is something that we nurture our future researchers as well. So coming to Singapore, I believe everybody knows that Singapore is not big. So coming to NTU for studies doesn't mean you will just study everything over here at Singapore. So of course we do have 350 partner institutions across 40 countries for students to do the internship and also exchange program. All right. So these are the programs that we have. We have the Gen Explorer and also this Gen Discover programs. We do have students going for internship overseas, and there will be other exposure programs arranged for the students. And these are basically the countries that our students usually go for those exchange or internships. So we do have a team who work deliberately for all these students who are going for these programs. So we encourage 100% of our students, they can at least go for an exchange program, whether it's a short term or long term. So really to understand different culture and also perspective, right? So because of all this, exposures, the learning opportunities that our students have. So this is basically statistics from Ministry of Manpower in Singapore. So 9 out of 10 students, basically 90% of the students of NTU, they basically can land a job within 6 months after graduation. All right. So there are students, perhaps they are interested to understand what might be the career prospects, what can I do after I graduate. So basically this is something that is very useful for students. You can have a snapshot of this screen, basically the little QR code over here. Over here, it shows that what our so-called career attachment office does to help the students in terms of grooming the students from the day one that they enter university and after until they embark on their job hunting journey. So basically you can have scan of this QR code to understand the details. All right, so just now is about overall overview about NTU. So now I'm going to share more about the admission process. So basically for NTU, in one single application, students will have up to 5 choices meaning to say in one single application, you may want to choose up to 5 programs. Right, five different programs. So you can choose a double degree or double major, or with a second major. So basically the difference is if you duration over here at NTU basically is about 4 years. If you wish to do a double degree, basically you will need to add on additional 1 year. But the benefits basically is that after you graduate, you will have 2 degree certificates. All right, upon your graduation. So of course, the other option that we have is a double major, meaning you will just choose 2 majors and both majors have equal weightage in terms of the curriculum. So for this option, the double major, the 2 majors that you have done will be shown on the degree certificate. All right, but for the other 2 options, which is second major and also with minors, because of the percentage is less. So basically, when you finish the bachelor degree, you will just receive 1 degree certificate with the subjects you have learned shown on the transcript instead of showing the major name in the degree certificate. All right. So these are basically the differences between for all the different options that we have for students. All right. So in terms of the admission criteria, this is something that I wanted to highlight. If a student basically has won any medal in the International Science Olympiad competition, all right, so all these application students will be considered very favorably, all right, when applying to NTU. All right, so basically this is, but of course we need the students to in the final year of their high school, all right, or have already graduated from high school. All right, so this is just for your information. All right, so there might be credit exemptions given to NTU students if the student is really have very special talent or achievement in a certain area in the first year foundation courses. All right. Okay, so for students who are having SMR ijazah, so this is basically the admission criteria. So if you look at the important date at the bottom right, as in the the bottom right corner, the application window basically starts around mid of October to middle of January every year. So by the time when the application closes, those SMR3 students, you might not be, you might still be in the final or the last semester of your high school. So basically what you need to submit is your grade 10, grade 11 school reports. All right, so the GPA that we are looking at basically is at least 8.5. All right, those language and moral education subjects are not counted, basically English, mathematics, and also science subjects as well. All right, so selected applicants, they will be invited for interviews, and also for students having ijazah, English competency is required to be submitted. So basically, if you're looking at IELTS, the minimum that we are looking at is a 6.0 overall, and with writing and verbal of 6. And we do consider TOEFL as well. All right. So of course, the requirements stated over here is the minimum. Then because the admission basically is on merit basis and also keen competition. All right. So students, we understand there are students taking UKA level. All right. So if you take UKA level exams, right, the results can be submitted to support your application. All right. But do take note that the UKA level subjects taken needs to be within 12 months. All right, and no more than 2 sittings. All right, so this is something that students might be interested to understand. All right, so it's a very simple online application. The student basically just need to submit the application in between the the application window, and also there will be a fee payment required, and also documents needs to be uploaded. And also there's a chat status link for the students to monitor, and also in case there's any amendment needed, you can always modify before the application closes. And also you can also track your application anytime that you wish to. Okay, so just now is about the admission, right? So now we talk about the scholarship. So basically what we have under NTU is we have long-term scholarships and also short-term as well. So basically we have need-based, merit-based, and also talent-based. So of course, this is just very few scholarships that NTU offers to the students. All right, so you can have a snapshot over here, the QR code for you to understand, perhaps after this session, you want to understand what are the scholarships that we have for students. All right, so basically I will just share briefly on those, what are the coverage of all the scholarships that we the scholarships that we have. Basically, one of the popular ones is the ASEAN scholarship. All right, so basically, this is for all ASEAN countries except for Singaporean. So basically, this is for students from ASEAN countries, basically having more opportunities because the competition might be a bit not so keen. All right, so other than so the coverage will be the subsidized tuition fee. Students will no longer be required to pay any fee. On top of that, right, so we will be giving students the living allowance, which is $5,800 a year, and also there will be a accommodation allowance as well. And on top, we will be giving the students computer allowance for them to buy a new computer to come and study at NTU. All right. So this is one of the scholarship. Another one that I wanted to share is basically Nanyang Global Scholarship. So the items to be covered is very much similar, but the amount might be different. So again, the subsidized tuition fees will be covered. The students will no longer be required to pay any tuition fees. There will be a living allowance and travel allowance as well. So basically, it's for students if you want to go for exchange, programs. This is basically to support you for all these trips. Of course, there will be accommodation allowance and also computer allowance as well. Okay, so another one is the Nanyang Scholarship. All right, so again, this covers the subsidized tuition fee and with living allowance as well, overseas allowance when you are overseas. So there will be other non-monetary program opportunities or benefits in terms of the student development, talent development program opportunities under this merit scholarship. Okay, so what we are looking at, just now we talked about the admission criteria. Basically, we are more focusing on this students' high school performance. But if we are looking at a scholarship, right, then there will be we will be looking at something else like your co-curricular activities, but we value the quality more versus quantity. All right, so if you are a leader, you win some competition, this is something that we value more. All right, so we the students, if you display or demonstrate very strong leadership, then this is something that we value as well when it comes to scholarship application. All right. So how do you apply for a scholarship? Basically, first step is to apply for admissions, because this is the basis that if you can only be offered a seat for the program before we can consider you for scholarship, right? So what you need to submit basically is your personal essay and also the teacher's appraisal. All right, so you need to let us know what are the achievements over the 5 years, in terms of academic or non-academic achievements. All right, so basically this is about scholarship. So next, I'm going to touch on the tuition fee. All right, so what you can see over here, basically there are two parts. One is the subsidized and non-subsidized. So every single international students, when you apply to government universities in Singapore, so basically you can apply for subsidized fee. So as what you can see, because Indonesia is one of the ASEAN country. So what you need to look at is basically this column over here. All right. So if you're looking at the business relevant programs, then 20,000 Sing dollar is the annual cost fee. But if you're looking at the science and technology programs, then you may have to pay for about 18,000 a year. All right. But of course, this is basically the academic year 2025. The fees will be revised on a yearly basis. Okay, so basically this is the tuition fee. So over here is a summary of what what are the difference between subsidized and non-subsidized. Basically, the amount is 50% less if you go for a subsidized fee. All right. Of course, the payment due date is slightly different. One is in September, the other one is in July. So another very important part is basically if you take up the subsidized fee, then there will be a 3-year service bond after you graduate from the university after the bachelor degree program. All right. So basically, what you need to do is to work in a Singapore registered company for 3 years. Okay. It doesn't mean that you have to work for a Singapore company, but rather it's a Singapore registered company like Gojek. Right. So basically, it registered in Singapore. So all these companies will be counted. All right, but there will be a 3-year bond. So if you are under subsidized fee, then you will be eligible for consideration for scholarship and also financial assistance administered by NTU. So there's something perhaps I need to highlight over here. We encourage the students to apply for subsidized fee and also the scholarship if you are, of course, not sure whether you will be, selected for the Garuda scholarship. All right. So of course, if you are financially sound, it's your option whether you want to go for subsidized or non-subsidized. But the reason why we are sharing this is because in case, if the student is not selected for Garuda scholarship and the student applies for non-subsidized, all right, and the student is given offer, then we are no longer being able to change the student into subsidized. And if you do not apply for subsidized, basically you have to pay for the full fee and you are not eligible for scholarship consideration at all. So basically you have to pay up all the cost fee. Basically it's about 40,000 a year, which is quite a huge amount. So after the scholarship decision comes to you, then you may still have the chance to decide which one to take up. All right. Okay, so basically this is just a brief, an estimation of how much the student perhaps need to spend in Singapore. So basically, on campus, we guarantee 2 years of on-campus accommodation. All right. So basically, this is the range. If you are looking at a single room with air conditioning, then it's about $335 a month. All right. So but if you do not mind to take up twin sharing room with non-aircon air conditioning, then it's about $350 a month. All right. So basically, this is a monthly spending on campus. Basically, assuming you are staying on campus, you will have the meals on campus. This is an estimation of the amount that you got to spend. Of course, there's another part which is personal expenses. All right. So in all, this is the amount that you perhaps need to spend. But again, this is subject to the individual spending habit. All right. So we actually this is something that we want to share as well. So if the student is given a scholarship, but then after the students have gotten the scholarship, the student might still need to apply for some additional financial assistance. This is something that we can have for students, that basically tuition fee loan, study loan available. All right. So this is basically the calculation, how much the student can have in terms of financial assistance as well. Okay. So basically, some student life at NTU, we have about 23 residential halls across NTU. So this is a typical room of twin sharing. All right, so that's a different type of buildings, low-rise, high-rise. The student may apply whether he or she wants a single or double room, when during the application period. All right. So these are just some of the photos that the students are doing their sports, all the activities. All right. So basically, we have about 20 over student organizations, for students to join, and also we do have residential education where the student cook the meal from their own country, different. So teach your friends, how you cook for your national cuisine or whatever. All right, so we do have other leadership development programs, and we do encourage the students to go for community engagement as well. So we do have a very established Indonesian student community, which we call Pintu. All right, so they basically organize all the programs, all the activities for students. All right, so these are some of the photos for the on-campus facilities. We have supermarket or the gym, and also the sports facilities as well. We even have a bank on campus as well. So some of the learning space. All right, so this is basically Hive. This is basically the iconic building that we have. If you happen to be in Singapore or happen to be in NTU, this is a must-go place that what we call Hive. All right, so these are basically some of the photos of our learning spaces. All right, so you may want to take another screenshot over here to understand the programs, and also this is a very important thing that every student needs to be aware, which we call minimum subjects requirement. All right, so perhaps you can do a scanning of the QR code over here to understand more. All right, so we do have a lot of activities on campus. So if you are interested to understand what's happening at NTU, so perhaps you can subscribe to our mailing list so that we can share with you about what's the ongoing activities, what's the happenings over here at NTU. And of course, one more thing to share with you is about open house that we have, which is on 28th of February. It's a Saturday from 9:30 until 6:30. So if you are interested, you can always participate in our online webinars. And if you happen to be in Singapore, you can come and visit us at open house as well. We do have a lot of fun activities arranged for the students. All right, so I think we are on social media. If you are interested, you can always follow us and understand what's the latest offerings and happenings over here at NTU. Okay, so with that, I've finished my sharing.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for the presentation. Please stay in the Zoom room because we have some question to NTU. I'm going to give you the question at the last and the last session. So
Thank
it's
you.
now the time for HKU. Go ahead, HKU, please. The time is yours.
Terima kasih banyak Miss Ratna untuk kesempatannya. Saya izin untuk share screen terlebih dahulu.
Silakan.
Oke, sudah nampak ya Miss Ratna ya?
Ya, clear. Monggo.
Oke, baik. Selamat sore Bapak Ibu konselor semuanya, Bapak Ibu wali murid juga adik-adik semua. Terima kasih banyak sudah bergabung di webinar pada sore hari ini. Perkenalkan, nama saya Sugiyarti. Saya adalah Regional Recruitment Representative dari The University of Hong Kong. Sebuah kehormatan bagi saya untuk bisa di sini bertemu dengan Bapak Ibu semua dan adik-adik semua untuk mensosialisasikan tentang The University of Hong Kong. Jadi saya mendapatkan alokasi waktu 15 sampai 20 menit ke depan. Di sini saya akan memaparkan tentang mengapa Hong Kong dan mengapa Hong Kong U. Nah, tadi untuk penjelasan tentang mengapa Hong Kong ini sudah banyak disampaikan juga ya oleh presenter sebelumnya dari HKUST, dari Charlie. Dia sudah banyak menjelaskan tentang living in Hong Kong. Nah, jadi di sini saya akan menambahkan beberapa hal, namun ini cukup penting untuk Bapak, Ibu, dan adik-adik ketahui semua bahwa Hong Kong itu merupakan salah satu kota yang menjadi premier bisnis hub di Asia. Dan Hong Kong juga merupakan pusat keuangan internasional nomor 3 di dunia setelah New York dan London. Di Hong Kong itu ada 1.400 perusahaan multinasional yang memiliki headquarters company. Nah, Selain itu, jika kita melihat data dari FDI Inflow 2024, Bapak Ibu, ini menunjukkan bahwa Hong Kong itu adalah peringkat 3 untuk tujuan investasi asing. Jadi dengan melihat data ini, kita bisa melihat bahwa di Hong Kong itu benar-benar memberikan banyak opportunities untuk mahasiswa, mudah untuk mendapatkan pekerjaan, baik selama internship maupun setelah lulus, dengan rata-rata gaji yang cukup tinggi. Dan ketika mahasiswa sudah lulus di universitas di Hong Kong, ini HKU adalah salah satunya, maka secara otomatis itu mendapatkan unconditional stay visa selama 2 tahun, dan apabila tinggal di Hong Kong sudah 7 tahun, let's say 4 tahunnya adalah untuk kuliah, 3 tahunnya untuk bekerja, maka mudah untuk mendapatkan PR. Nah, jadi seperti itu ya Bapak Ibu, sekilas informasi tentang Hong Kong, dan saya lanjutkan Why Hong Kong You. Sebelum saya menyampaikan informasi tentang Why Hong Kong You, terlebih dahulu di sini saya mau tunjukkan kepada Bapak Ibu di manakah letak kampus Hong Kong U. Jadi Hong Kong U ini ada di Hong Kong Island. Kita bisa lihat lokasinya sangat strategis sekali karena dilewati jalur MTR. Nah, di Hong Kong U ini juga ada MTR station, sehingga adik-adik nanti aksesnya mudah kalau mau pergi kemana-mana, misalkan mau ke Kowloon, mau ke Central, mau ke airport, dan lain-lain. Selain itu juga, di kampus itu, di depan kampus itu ada bus stop. Nah, ini semakin mempermudah akses adik-adik untuk pergi kemana-mana ya. Nah, baik. Terlebih dahulu di sini saya mau menyampaikan sedikit cerita tentang sejarahnya Hong Kong U, bahwa Hong Kong U ini merupakan kampus negeri paling tua dibangun di Hong Kong. Dulu dibangun di tahun 1911, jadi sekarang ini sudah 115 tahun. Nah, namun Bapak Ibu, Hong Kong U ini bukan hanya umurnya saja yang tua, tetapi juga merupakan leading university. Apabila kita cek di sini untuk global reputation-nya berdasarkan QS World University Ranking 2026, maka Hong Kong U ada di peringkat 11 di dunia, dan berdasarkan QS Asia University Ranking 2026, Hong Kong U ada di peringkat 1 Asia. Sedangkan di Hong Kong kita constantly selalu berada di peringkat 1. Nah, jadi Bapak Ibu, demikianlah terkait reputasi dari The University of Hong Kong. Tetapi yang bagus rankingnya itu tidak hanya universitinya saja. Di sini saya tunjukkan kepada Bapak Ibu program studi kami yang masuk ke dalam top 25 subject rankings globally. Ini peringkat 25 besar di dunia. Nah, ini bisa dibaca ya untuk ranking-rankingnya. Tetapi di sini saya mau sampaikan kepada adik-adik semua bahwa ketika kalian mau memilih program studi, maka yang terpenting itu bukanlah melihat rankingnya, tetapi melihat interest dan passion kalian. Tidak usah khawatir, apapun jurusannya yang ada di Hong Kong U ini semuanya bagus karena university-nya juga bagus. Nah, saya mau sampaikan kepada adik-adik semua bahwa Hong Kong U ini adalah comprehensive university. Kita tidak hanya fokus di bidang tertentu, tetapi totalnya kita memiliki 10 faculties. Ada arsitek, engineering, art, law, business, medicine, dentistry, science, education, dan social science. Dan juga ada 4 schools. Ini kita punya School of Computing Data Science, School of Innovation, School of Biomedical Engineering, School of Future Media, dan kita memiliki lebih dari 55 undergraduate degrees dengan 100 lebih majors atau minors. Dan kurikulumnya kita juga memberikan flexibility kepada mahasiswa, yang artinya setelah belajar di Hong Kong U selama 1 tahun, kemudian nanti kok menemukan minat baru gitu, maka kalian bisa untuk mengganti major atau mengambil major yang lain, tambahan major yang lain. Nah, kemudian kalian juga bisa mengambil jurusannya itu interdisipliner ya. Jadi flexibility ini membuat kalian itu bisa merancang academic pathway kalian yang sesuai dengan interest dan tujuan kalian masing-masing. Berikutnya di sini saya mau menyampaikan keunggulan dari Hong Kong U yang lainnya adalah tentang global exposure, di mana Hong Kong U memiliki dual degree program dengan top university di dunia. Nah, di sini yang paling populer tentunya adalah dengan University of Cambridge. Skemanya, mahasiswa akan kuliah 2 tahun di Hong Kong U, lalu 3 tahun di Cambridge, nanti lulusnya akan dapat multiple degrees, akan dapat bachelor degree dari Hong Kong U, dapat bachelor degree dari Cambridge, dan dapat master degree dari Cambridge. Selain dengan University of Cambridge, kita juga punya dual degree program dengan UCL, UBC, UC Berkeley, Geneva Graduate Institute, dan Peking University, juga Sciences Po di France. Nah, Bapak Ibu, namun untuk dual degree program ini memang cukup kompetitif karena kuotanya terbatas. Artinya, tidak semua mahasiswa itu dapat join di dual degree program, tetapi kita memberikan kesempatan kepada mahasiswa untuk memiliki pengalaman kuliah di luar negeri dengan exchange program. Dan totalnya kita memiliki 433 exchange partners, dan ini adalah jumlah tertinggi sepanjang sejarah ya di universitas di Hong Kong. Untuk partner university kami yang dari top universities itu misalnya dengan Oxford University, University of Cambridge, Harvard University, ada Johns Hopkins, Columbia University, dan lain-lainnya. Nah, jadi nanti ketika mengikuti exchange program ini, mahasiswa itu akan belajar selama 1 atau maksimal 2 semester di university partner dengan tidak ada additional cost, dan bahkan nanti bisa apply financial aid. Berikutnya saya lanjutkan ke employability rate dari lulusan Hong Kong U. Nah, berdasarkan data Bapak Ibu, untuk lulusan Hong Kong U, 98,7% employed. Ini data yang sangat tinggi ya, constantly kita ambil itu sampai ada 14 tahun. 98,7% employed dengan rata-rata gaji di 4.300 US dollar, ini sekitar 70 juta. Tetapi saya garis bawahi bahwa rata-rata gaji ini adalah untuk yang masih fresh graduate. Kalau nanti sudah berpengalaman kerja, pasti akan ada peningkatan gaji. Dan kebanyakan dari lulusan Hong Kong U sudah mendapatkan job offer sebelum lulus. Nah, ini karena mereka mendapatkannya dari internship program. Jadi misalnya mahasiswa mengikuti internship di tahun ketiga, begitu mereka selesai internship sudah dapat job offer, lalu kembali ke kampus untuk menyelesaikan kuliah, tapi setelah lulus mereka sudah punya pekerjaan, begitu. Dan kebanyakan dari mereka itu bekerja di multinational company, juga di international organizations. Berikut adalah beberapa contoh dari company partners dari Hong Kong U, misalkan Deloitte, Disney, EY, HSBC, PwC, dan lain-lainnya. Untuk lengkapnya, Bapak, Ibu, dan adik-adik bisa ngecek di website ya. Nah, oke, baik Bapak Ibu, langsung aja sekarang saya akan masuk ke penjelasan tentang beasiswa. Jadi, The University of Hong Kong ini adalah merupakan salah satu universitas tujuan untuk beasiswa Garuda. Dan sebagaimana kita ketahui bahwa beasiswa Garuda ini fokuskan di dalam 8 prioritas utama. Nah, di sini saya sudah rangkumkan untuk adik-adik semua jurusan-jurusan dari Hong Kong U yang masuk ke dalam masing-masing priority ya. Ini kita bisa lihat ada 5 jurusan masuk di dalam health sector, kemudian ada 5 yang masuk juga dalam food security sector, lalu di maritime sector, advanced materials and manufacturing sectors, energy, defense, digital transformation, industrial downstreaming, business and economics, law and public policy. Ini kita ada semua yang masuk. Jadi adik-adik nanti ketika mau apply beasiswa Garuda dan apply ke Hong Kong U, maka bisa dicek di website beasiswa Garuda mana-mana yang masuk ke dalam jurusan. Nah, tetapi di sini apabila ada case dari murid-murid Bapak Ibu konselor atau adik-adik yang sudah terlanjur daftar ke Hong Kong U, tetapi ternyata ketiga pilihannya itu tidak ada di dalam list beasiswa Garuda. Ada Bapak Ibu yang mengalami case seperti ini? Jika ada, berikan reaction jempolnya. Jadi, sudah terlanjur daftar di Hong Kong U. Begitu keluar pengumuman ini, ternyata ketiga-tiganya itu tidak masuk ke dalam list beasiswa Garuda. Jika kejadiannya seperti itu, Bapak Ibu, maka nanti bisa kirim email ke saya untuk request change program. Tapi dengan catatan apabila ketiga-tiganya itu memang tidak ada di dalam list. Apabila salah satu pilihan dari jurusan yang dipilih itu masuk, maka kita akan consider untuk satu jurusan tersebut. Nah, berikutnya, selain beasiswa Garuda, saya juga akan sampaikan informasi beasiswa lain yang kita miliki. Nah, dari Hong Kong U kita ada entrance scholarship. Entrance scholarship ini diberikan oleh universitas. Jumlahnya up to 100% tuition fee dan untuk living cost maksimalnya di 70.000 Hong Kong dollar. Nah, untuk mendapatkan beasiswa ini, siswa tidak perlu apply. Begitu apply ke Hong Kong U, secara otomatis dikonsider jika memang nilainya eligible. Selain entrance scholarship, juga ada Belt and Road Scholarship. Ini adalah beasiswa dari pemerintah Hong Kong. Nah, ini untuk deadline pendaftarannya di tanggal 31 Januari. Nanti untuk lengkapnya bisa dicek di website. Nah, berikutnya juga ada beasiswa-beasiswa yang lainnya, baik yang akademik maupun yang non-akademik, itu lengkap ada di website. Oke, saya lanjutkan untuk ke poin yang terakhir, itu adalah tentang bagaimana apply ke Hong Kong U. Jadi, ketika adik-adik mau apply ke Hong Kong U, dapat kesempatan untuk memilih 3 jurusan. Pilihan pertama, pilihan kedua, dan maksimal pilihan ketiga. Dan kita itu menerima banyak kurikulum. Tetapi kebanyakan untuk sekolah di Indonesia itu kan menggunakan IB, A-level, atau kurikulum nasional. Jadi nanti adik-adik mesti tentukan kurikulum mana yang akan menjadi main qualification. Nah, kalau sudah, kemudian nanti cek di website untuk expected lower boundaries-nya. Karena masing-masing jurusan itu memiliki expected lower boundaries yang berbeda-beda. Kemudian dicek juga untuk English Language Proficiency. Nah, untuk English Language Proficiency kita memberikan banyak opsi, tapi di sini saya tampilkan saja ya untuk IELTS dan TOEFL. Jadi skor untuk IELTS itu 6,5, untuk TOEFL IBT 93. Nah, tapi nanti adik-adik bisa cek yang lainnya ada di website. Kalian juga bisa menggunakan SET dengan minimal skor 610 dan lain-lainnya. Kemudian adik-adik perlu cek di program requirements. Nah, masing-masing program studi itu memiliki subject requirement yang berbeda-beda. Sebagai contoh di sini, saya tunjukkan screenshot dari admission website-nya Hong Kong U. Jadi bentuknya seperti ini, nanti adik-adik klik di apply, kemudian pilih di international qualification, lalu nanti akan muncul pilihan kurikulum IB, A-level atau SMA ujian nasional. Nah, kalau mau pakai kurikulum nasional, maka pilihlah yang SMA ujian nasional, lalu tuliskan program yang mau adik-adik pilih. Nah, di sini misalnya adalah mau memilih civil engineering. Nanti akan muncul expected lower boundary-nya untuk mendaftar itu adalah rata-rata nilai ijazah minimal 90 untuk the best for subjects. Sementara untuk subjek yang lainnya itu rata-ratanya di atas 80. Nah, kemudian di sini ada subject requirements. Untuk apply ke civil engineering, subject requirements-nya adalah matematik dan salah satu dari science subjects. Jadi bisa biology, bisa chemistry, bisa physics. Jadi kalau misalkan mathematics dan biology 90, maka dua subjek yang lainnya itu bisa apa aja gitu. Nah, nanti bisa dicek dulu, dipastikan apakah adik-adik memiliki subject requirement di jurusan yang mau di-apply. Karena beda-beda subject requirement-nya. Tapi untuk social science itu tidak ada subject requirement. Jadi yang penting ada rata-rata 90 untuk the best four subjects. Seperti itu ya. Nah, baik. Selanjutnya, jika adik-adik pakai kurikulum IB, maka untuk expected lower boundary-nya itu ada di range skor 32 sampai 41, itu tergantung dari jurusan yang kalian ambil. Dan untuk syarat bahasa Inggrisnya, kalian tidak perlu mengambil IELTS atau TOEFL, karena bisa pakai nilai bahasa Inggris kalian. Begitu juga untuk yang pakai kurikulum A-level. Nah, ini kalian bisa pakai grade C di GCE atau IGCSE kalian. Nah, sementara expected lower boundary-nya itu minimum di 3A levels. Tapi nanti detailnya untuk masing-masing jurusan silahkan kalian masuk ke website. Nah, jadi di sini penting untuk kalian catat ketika kalian mau mendaftar, maka yang harus disiapkan itu adalah high school transcript. Ini adalah rapot kelas 10, kelas 11. Dan sekarang sudah keluar nilai rapat kelas 2 semester 1 ya. Jadi itu bisa dicantumkan juga. Kemudian predicted score atau final result kalau kalian sudah punya final result. Kalau yang belum, maka silakan pakai predicted. Bagi yang apply pakai kurikulum nasional, maka yang dikumpulkan adalah prediksi nilai ijazah. Jika kalian mau pakai A-level, maka predicted A-level, dan kalau pakai IB, maka predicted untuk IB score. Dan selain itu, kalian juga perlu submit non-academic consideration seperti extracurricular activities. Ini adalah kegiatan-kegiatan yang kalian ikuti baik di sekolah maupun di luar sekolah. Misalnya organisasi, project, kompetisi, dan lain-lainnya. Kemudian personal statement, ini adalah essay tentang diri kalian, siapa kalian, kenapa memilih jurusan tersebut, kenapa menurut kalian cocok, dan lain sebagainya. Nah, ini kurang dari 1000 kata. Dan berikutnya adalah references. Ini adalah rekomendasi dari guru. Bisa dari konselor, subject teacher, principal, ataupun guru lain dengan catatan yang masih aktif di sekolah. Nah, untuk timeline-nya dari Hong Kong U ini kita memang untuk first round itu sudah tutup di tanggal 28 November lalu ya. Tetapi setelah itu kita masih menerima application dan tutupnya nanti masih sampai Agustus. Cuman untuk apply, saya sangat sarankan kepada kalian sesegera mungkin jika mau apply ke Hong Kong U. Karena apabila lebih terlambat, maka akan menjadi lebih kompetitif karena logikanya kuota menjadi lebih sedikit. Begitu ya. Baik, Bapak, Ibu, adik-adik semuanya, demikianlah presentasi singkat dari saya. Berikut ini adalah link untuk admission website, silakan untuk dicatat. Dan juga berikut ini adalah alamat email saya apabila Bapak, Ibu ada pertanyaan atau mungkin ada kendala. Feel free untuk kontak saya, dan atau semisal ada yang mau kampus tour, mau melihat kampusnya langsung, itu juga silakan nanti boleh untuk menghubungi saya. Baik, terima kasih banyak, dan selanjutnya saya kembalikan kepada Miss Ratna.
Thank you, terima kasih HKU. So there's a question that comes for all of the universities. The first question is that, as you know, that Indonesian has like SMA at SMA, there's a general high school, and the other one is like a vocational school. What is is there any possibilities for a vocational school to apply at your universities? That's the question. Maybe each universities can answer that. I don't know. Maybe HKUST start first. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Retna. So that's a very good question because over the years, I think we have received some applications and inquiries from students who graduate from professional schools. But unfortunately, I have to say really sorry because right now, HKUST, we only accept students who are coming from the SMR track. So meaning that if you go to vocational schools or like professional schools, we might not be able to consider your application right away. But I can assure you that we've been looking into the qualifications. We have been checking, reviewing to see if we can open up more chances to students who are doing qualifications that's aside from SMR. So this will be the arrangement for HKUST. Yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Yes. NTU.
Yeah, so basically we are only considering students from SMR track as well. Yeah, so not for SMK. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, SKU.
Kalau untuk dari kita itu tidak ada ketentuan sih untuk SMA atau SMG, Miss.
Okay, thank you.
Atau
The sec-
MA juga tidak ada masalah.
Okay, thank you. And the other question for all universities is that what kind of support that you can give for disabled students? The question is from YouTube. What she's asking is, I think, if they need to find like a dormitory or house, do they need to find it by themselves, or the university can help about it? HKUST, go ahead. Charlie, please.
Yes, sorry, I can go first. So for the students, they have to fill out a special need form when they are admitted to HKUST. So let's say, because we have to first identify what kind of disability you have, because there are like a huge variation of them. Maybe you're students with special education needs, for example, ADHD or like physical disability. We have to find out what are your needs first. So you'll have to fill out a declaration form to our counseling and wellness center. And then one dedicated staff will be assigned to you, and they will follow up with you on what kind of needs you need. For example, maybe it's like special facilities you require for your accommodation, or it's about your schedule. So we'll try our best to accommodate your needs. But first of all, you have to let us know, because if you don't let us know, then maybe we can't really identify what are the like needs that you require. So that will be the arrangement from HKUST.
Okay, maybe NTU.
Yeah, sure. So during the application process, we would require the students to declare whether there's any special needs required. We will base on the students, the program interest, and see which program the student applied for. And we will reach out to the college or schools in terms of whether they are able to support the students in terms of the studies, and also if the studies require lab access or this, whether they are able to support. This is on the academic side. Of course, in terms of the accommodation, we will reach out to our housing team as well in terms of the support to preempt them. This might be required. So basically, we need to understand first, and we will assess whether we are able to support the students. Yeah.
Okay, HKU, please.
For international students, they will be guaranteed to stay in a dorm for 1 year. And then for the detailed information here, I provide you the link in a chat box in a housing CDARS, so to get the detailed information about it.
Okay. Now there's a specific question for each university. The first one is HKUST. The first one, most likely they're asking that they already have early offer. So what they're asking is about when is the result going to be announced?
Okay, so for early round applications, that means you submit your application before the early round deadline. So it's late November last year. So we have been issuing offers to early round applicants starting from last December. So if you haven't heard from us and you applied early, which means we're going to reconsider your application together with the main round applicants. So don't have to be too disappointed because you still stand a chance. We will come to you if we have any offers issued to you. So stay focused and we'll reach out to you if there are any good news.
Please be patient and wait. Is that what you're trying to say, Charlie?
Yes.
Thank you. The second one is, it is really competitive for non-local people to apply HKUST?
I wouldn't say it's very competitive because actually, I would say it's actually the best time to come to study in Hong Kong right now. So if you have read the news, the Hong Kong government has been urging publicly funded universities to recruit more non-local students. So of course, the competition has always been there, but there are like more opportunities as well. So the percentage of non-local students we have to include, actually it's increasing year by year. So there are more opportunities, the scholarship's going to catch up, facilities going to catch up, the quotas for all the schools is going to catch up as well. So it's competitive because we have been quite selective in our application, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. So we encourage everyone to try. If you don't try, then of course you don't stand a chance. So that's something I want to share.
Okay, the next one is still HKUST. So these proposed students, I mean, she want to be a student at HKUST, she already had the LOA from the HKUST, but now it is inactive because I think it's already past the time she need to pay the deposit. So what is she asking is if she want to apply to the scholarship, to the Garuda scholarship, and they are agree for her scholarship. What she need to do to, I don't know, to get another offer from the HKUST?
Okay, so I've just sent out an email address in the chat. So you can email us at ugintl@ust.hk. So we'll be arranging something special for these students. But you have to let us know that you have been facing such a situation. So you already got an offer, but somehow you cannot settle or accept the offer before 31st of January. So that's why the offer will be displaced as lapse right now. So we'll have special arrangements for these students. Please email us at ugintl@ust.hk. Tell me who you are, what's your application number, and we'll get back to you through email.
Okay, now it's time. Thank you, Charlie. Now it's time for the NTU. Karen, is it possible in NTU to graduate after 7 years in university? I still can't get this question, but anyhow, maybe Karen can answer it.
Generally, the duration of our undergraduate program is about 4 years. But if the student chooses to do a double degree, then the student most probably he or she has to study for additional 1 year, meaning it will be 5 years for the students to complete an undergraduate program. So we don't really have 7 years unless you're talking about medicine. Perhaps it's a longer duration, but we do not have such long duration in terms of the undergraduate.
Yeah. And the other question is that she's trying to apply to NTU, and it is asking in the NTU's application website that she need to, I think it means that she needs to choose between EPA or EPS and other. And after that, if she choose EPS, she need to giving her I don't know, her grade in the SMR for the physics, chemistry, and others. But now it's kind of Indonesian curriculum is changing, right? So I think she's confused how to putting the grades that she doesn't have that the NTU asking.
Understood. We indeed receive quite a number of inquiries from the students say whether I should choose IPA, IPS, because indeed the curriculum have been changed. So if the student has already taken physics, chemistry, or biology, these kind of science subjects, perhaps a student can choose the science stream. All right. But if the student does not have these science subjects, basically the student may go for this art stream. But eventually, even if the student choose, and also of course the student need to input all the scores that he or she has really achieved. Eventually we will look at the results, and also we will still do a screening, see whether the student indeed belong to, is eligible for science technology programs, or she or he is not eligible. So that's basically very important for the students to understand the minimum subjects requirement of NTU, so that they can perhaps understand the eligibility. But to summarize, a student don't need to worry, but depends on whether the student has taken science subjects, then choose according.
Okay.
I hope I answer your question.
The next question is from NTU. If my application is successful, will there be an email to notify me in regards to an interview? If by March I do not receive said email, would that mean my application is unsuccessful?
Okay, so we indeed try our best to provide an outcome to the applicants as soon as we can. So basically, the interview will perhaps start from March onwards, but maybe due to the process, perhaps there might be students who might be receiving an email from us for interview slightly later. But eventually, regardless of the outcome, we will send the students a notification, whether it's via email or student can actually come to the check status portal. There's a link for students to log in and also check the status as and when they want to check the status. But we will give an outcome for sure. And also do bear with us. Sometimes the interview notification might be slightly later.
Okay. The other one is for NTU. Is there a cut-off date on the final grades that we need to submit, since our A-level result only come out in mid-August 2026?
Okay, so I think this might be coming from UK level qualification. So yeah, so we do understand students are taking Cambridge exam board. They might be taking May-June exam sitting, and the result will only come out in August. But because our intake starts from early August, or rather early end of July, so for this group of students whose result can only come out in August, we are unable to consider this group. But if the student take up early sittings, then we will be able to consider.
Okay. Thank you, Karen. It's now time for HKU. I think the most question is almost the same like HKUST. When will the result of admission process be released? According to the timeline, the result should be out by now.
Okay, thank you for the question. So we have been issuing the offer, but for the first round, for the students, please wait, be patient until late March.
Until late March.
Late March for the first round.
Yeah, most of the HKU question is about when will it be out for the yeah. Okay. HKU, another question. Are the grade requirement and condition for students from vocational school different from those from high school, or are they all the same?
Okay. Miss Ratna, as my supervisor is also here, may I invite my supervisor also here?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Miss Canis, please join us.
Hi, Canis.
Hi. Hi. So, well, I hear a question. So if you or your students have any like different qualifications or like special type of qualifications that they're using to apply to us, then we might treat them on case-by-case basis. So if they want to know about their results or progress about their special cases, please email their application number to Mrs. Sukiati for our checking, like very specific checking for or tailor-made checking for them. Yeah.
Wow, that's very generous of HKU that they're treating each cases depending on the cases. So yeah, that's good one. Thank you. So the other question is I think that's it from the HKU. Okay. Oh no. For the early round of HKU admission, when will the result? You already answered that. But is it possible for the HKU to announce them before the close of the first batch of Garuda scholarship?
Okay. So, well, because our offers are coming out by rolling basis, so I cannot guarantee if there is any specific time or date for all the applicants to get a result. But because we are working with the government regarding the Garuda scholarship scheme, so I believe that we will have another special selection procedure or batch selection after we receive a list from the Garuda team, and then we might have another round of offer issuance after we have another round of selection. Like it's like a collaborative selection process together with the government. Yeah. So now it's based on our HKU selection for now, but after the scholarship application first batch deadline, then we will have another round of selection.
Okay, thank you. Now I think it's almost time, it's almost up, but I still need one closing statement from each university. At first, just like the maybe HKUST, please go ahead.
Sorry, what was it? Can you repeat again?
A closing statement, maybe you want to asking everyone to apply to HKUST, go ahead. It's your time.
Okay, thank you. This is quite sudden. Thank you so much for joining this session today. I hope everyone understands more about what HKUST has to offer. We don't only have engineering and science, we also have business, we also have social science and humanities, and a lot of cross-disciplinary programs. So if you want to explore what are those, I strongly encourage everyone to go to our admissions office website. And if you really have questions that you cannot figure out the answer yourself, please email us at ugintl@ust.hk. You can find the email address in the chat box. Thank you so much. That's all from me.
Thank you, Charlie. Now, and to you, Karen, your time.
Thank you, Ratna. Thank you very much again for providing this chance for us to do a sharing on NTU. Because Singapore is so close to Indonesia, basically the most is about 2 hours from Indonesia, so it's very convenient and also with the same culture. So of course, NTU has a lot of offerings in terms of academic studies and also the research opportunities and also exchange program opportunities as well. So do come and visit us, and also we welcome all the students. If you have a chance to visit Singapore, do come and visit NTU. And if you have time, do drop by to NTU. And also, I will leave my contact information over here. So if you do have any more questions, please reach out to us. And not to forget, we are having an open house on the 28th. So if you are okay, if you are able to make it, then just come and visit us. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Now, SKU. Is it Ms. Sugiyarti or maybe Candice is going to have a closing statement?
Yeah, because I have opened, then Miss Canis will close.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so well, it's actually a very great occasion for everybody to talk to one of the 3 of the top universities in the world in this occasion, and we all 3 are very academically vigorous institution, I believe. But it's very important for you all to know which university suits you the best, because we are all really good universities. So please reach out to your seniors if you have already know some of them getting into this university. So for example, HKU, we have a lot of faculties that is across arts and social science and business engineering. So we have a lot of different choices for you, and which is broadening your horizon. So please get to know more about each university by reaching out to even either staff or students. Yeah.
Thank you, Candice. Now, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Karen, and also Mr. Sugiyarti, and also Candice. And I also know that Betsy is also in the Zoom room. Thank you, everyone, for the time and the presentations. I would like to remind everyone that tomorrow is going to be, I think it's America and Canada to introduce and present their universities. Again, thank you very much, and see you around. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih.
Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.